HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have the latest in Hiller sports. The Hopkinton Public Library Foundation hosted Touch a Truck and much more. But first, residents heard from and gave feedback to Eversource about the LNG facility at the recent public forum. Eversource recently hosted a community forum to hear and give feedback about the LNG storage facility. Here's a look.
We are forecasted to spend over $300 million, primarily focused on investments at the Hopkinton facility. The last couple years we've really focused on replacing the liquefier. So many of you probably have seen the last probably month or so, the flare that you can probably see from the neighborhood. So that flare is utilized typically when we're getting prepared to liquefy natural gas for the summertime. So we would do that from April to say September. There might be some outages in between where we just, the weather's a lot warmer, so it's not efficient for us to be liquefying gas, so we just simply don't need to at that time. That flare and that liquefaction system and the project that we've been doing the last few years is to replace that. So very shortly here, we're currently commissioning the new facility. We're hoping and expecting that you will not see the use of that flare regularly. You're still going to see the structure there. We're not going to eliminate that immediately because we need to prove the new system's reliable. But in the coming months and hopefully over the next few years, you should pretty much either see very limited use or no use of that flare coming up. So that'll be a positive that you should recognize here very shortly.
We all have to be trained because we live close to the tanks. Everyone in the town lives close to the tank, to be frank. Everyone in Hopkinton needs to be trained. The children need to know what they need to do if they hear a certain type of sound, what direction, again, the direction of the wind flow, all of this, the people need to know.
We work and have the process where we have an immediate notification, when we have an event especially to the scale you're talking about, through 911 for an immediate response from FD.
I just wanted to hear from Eversource, do you have a plan of how the air quality is managed and stuff? Do you guys look into it?
Yeah, so the air permit related to the facility did have an expiration date, which came and went. It also had within the air permit, which is very common for air permits issued by Mass DEP, a requirement that the facility or the owner submits their renewal application, I think within 6 months of the air permit expiring. We have an environment, Eversource, as you can imagine, has a large environmental group. We have an individual who's very specifically dedicated to air permits for the company. They were on top of that. We have a consultant that specifically aggregates all the information for the facility and puts that permit application together, and we did have that submitted.
You can view the full public forum on our website, hcam.tv, as well as our YouTube channel. The Hopkinton Public Library Foundation hosted Touch a Truck this past weekend. The popular event drew a big crowd. Here's a look at the festivities. The Hopkinton Public Library Foundation hosted the annual Touch a Truck event. A huge turnout was on hand to check out the trucks, enjoy the food, and have some fun while supporting the Hopkinton Public Library.
Hopkinton Touch a Truck today. We're selling lots of stuff from Bird's Nest Italian street food. We have a couple of sliders, meatball, chicken parm sliders, mozzarella sticks, spinach artichoke bites, fried raviolis, and mac and cheese bites. Am I forgetting anything? No. so that's what we're serving up here today, hot and fresh. Come touch a truck and grab some of our food. Italian street food, Bird's Nest.
So this is a Humvee. This is our tactical vehicle that we use in the field. We're here today showing it off, getting some pictures with the kids, having a good time.
That's terrific. It looks like there was a great turnout here today and a lot of interest in this really cool Humvee you got here.
Yes, very. A lot of soldiers we're gonna have. Future.
Seems like it went really well. A ton of trucks and lots of crowds, and the rain held off mostly, and we're very happy.
Excellent. And for those that don't know, can you talk about what the money's going towards?
The money, event is put on by the Hopkinton Library Foundation, and we are an organization that supports programming and, we helped with the renovating of the library, and now we do things to support library programming and other things that they need help with that isn't covered in the budget.
We got ladder one over here. One of our primary pieces goes through a majority of our calls. It's got a 100-foot ladder on top. It's got a pump on it so that we can do a lot of work really fast. We can pull up to a car fire with this. We can pull up to a building fire with this. We can pull up to a car accident with this. We have all our extrication tools on here. So this is a jack of all trades truck. We've had it for about 2 years and we're really happy with it. It's great to be able to show it off to the community today because, it's their truck. So, they should know what's on it and that we're here to help.
Absolutely. It looks like you might have a bunch of young firefighters in the making over here today.
Oh, we certainly do. We certainly do.
You having a good time? Yeah. What's your favorite truck here?
The bus.
Bus. What's a school bus? Very nice. What do you think of this fire truck? Pretty cool, huh? We are going to take a quick time out. You're tuned into HCAM News. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. Hiller Tennis is currently still going strong into the postseason. Here's a look at the latest update. Following the round of 32 4-1 victory over Longmeadow, 5th-seeded Hiller Boys Tennis hosted 21st-seeded Neshoba in the round of 16 on Tuesday, June 6th. After a little bit into the match, there was a rain delay. During the delay, we caught up with this year's captains.
So, season's been great. Love hanging out with the team, supporting each other, having some battles in practice and in games, and we've all been able to hype each other up, and as well as the coaches, they've been doing a great job is making sure that we're all set mentally, and then we're all prepared for our matches to come, as of right now in the playoffs.
All right, how about you, Lex? How's your season gone, and what's it like playing with this group?
Well, finishing 17-1 for the regular season, I'm really proud of the team for that. And then me individually, I was really happy with the way I performed throughout the regular season. And then the group, I couldn't ask for a better group. I don't know, it's just every single day of practice, it's just wonderful to be there. We hang out all the time afterwards, and I think that our team chemistry really sets us apart.
Can't forget about the Shakira bus rides as well, and the Chipotle runs right after practice in Dairy Queen.
Yeah, that too.
Absolutely. So this is the second playoff game for you guys, and the second time we've had a bit of a rain incident, a delay. Does that kind of mess up your vibe a little bit, having these rain delays, or you just shake it off? And
well, if I was the past two matches, I've been down at the rain delay, so I've been taking it as time to reset and relax, try to figure out what's been working, what's not, and then have a new game plan for when I go back out. But I don't know, you've been winning the past couple, so it's probably a little bit different.
Yeah, so last rain delay I was up, and then we had to switch over to Wayside Athletics in Marlboro, so then I lost second set. But I think since right now, I won the previous match, but right now I'm down in first set after having a little bit of sketchy calls, but it's all right. Play fair game. I think right now I'm just gonna reset, just chill with the team and talk with Lex and coaches for a bit, and then come back second set, maybe third set, and yeah, let's send them home.
All right. And are you guys gonna be playing tennis next year in college?
For me, I'll be attending Brandeis in Waltham, and I know that they have a pretty good tennis team, so I'll probably try out. If not, do club. But yeah, I'd say tennis is maybe on my mind for college.
I'm not going to be playing tennis. I'll be running cross country and track at St. Olaf College, which is in Minnesota. So this is my last season of tennis.
Terrific. And how did your cross country season go, Lex?
It went really well. I had a lot of PRs. Third at the league meet and then 19th at the state meet. So I was really proud with how it went.
All right, and you got this Neshoba team here. How are they? Is it a tough matchup you got going on out there?
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty tough matchup for us. They're definitely very top heavy. They're winning the singles matches, but we're winning all the doubles matches. So we're just hoping that one of our singles guys can pull through, just so we can get the win, because that's just survive and advance. That's all we're focused on right now.
Yeah, I'd say same thing. Just gotta play hard, come back, and even though doubles is a basic 2-0 for us, we just have to have one of our singles, Lex, me, or King Pranav at third singles to just pull through. So we'll see how that goes.
Hiller Boys Tennis would eventually take the match 3-2 and advance on to the round of 8. In the round of 8, Hiller Boys Tennis battled 4th-seeded Hingham. The boys took the win by a final of 3-2. and advance on to the Final Four. Boys tennis will take on first-seeded Duxbury in the state semifinals round on June 14th, 5 p.m. at Lexington High School. The winner advances on to next Saturday's Division II state championship. The Hillers enter the Final Four round with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss. Congratulations on the tremendous accomplishment, and go Hillers!
Your luggage is constantly shifting in flight. Further, I'm not sure that we can actually define normal, and that's a good thing. Normal, when we say it, often refers to the way most people are. Yet in truth, there is no real normal. Every individual person has his, her, or their own set of circumstances, values, and hopes. Too often, we use normal as a means to exclude those who are not like some other group of people. Too often, we use normal when we mean complacent. Too often, we use normal as the absence of transformative change. Too often, normal implies acceptance of things that should be changed. So, while you might have become familiar with the term the new normal in the context of the pandemic, the lesson I want you to take away is that there isn't a normal, and there ought not to be a commonly accepted normal. Any normal you establish would only be your version or definition of it. I want you to establish your own transient normal that will be only your normal, at least for a fleeting period, until the next normal arrives.
Firstly, I want to thank the administration, custodial staff, and bus drivers for working outside their usual hours to make sure every event we ran smoothly. Thank you to our parents, from donating everything from chips and Gatorade to their time and money. And also, special thanks to our class parents, Ms. Graziano and Ms. Prosciutto, who have always done much more than we've asked of them. Thank you to our teachers for taking the time to chaperone our events, and special thanks to those teachers that took the time to move our homework and our assessments around our events. And obviously, thank you to our students. We've had some absolutely unforgettable moments together. I mean, who can erase from their memory the mind-boggling sight of Kyle and Greg doing backflips at prom? And let's not forget about the deja vu when they hit another backflip at homecoming. And who could have predicted Kyle and Greg on the boat cruise, another epic backflip? In all seriousness, no matter what we planned, it was you who truly made each moment unforgettable. Your incredible energy, enthusiasm, and your surprising lack of creativity contributed to the memories that we will never forget and will always bring a smile to our face. Lastly, we wanted to give our biggest thanks to our class advisors, Ms. King and Ms. Elder. Aside from your already strenuous roles as guidance counselors, you both chose to take on the added responsibility of becoming class advisors. Your sacrifices in time and energy have truly gone a long way in making our high school experience the best that it could possibly be. A dynamic duo, Miss Elder's endless pit of experience and Miss King's never-ending creativity made the perfect combo to tackle every problem that came our way. Thank you for always being there for us. From spending the first 5 minutes of every meeting checking in on us to always providing us with emotional support, you guys have been our pillar of strength throughout high school, helping us through our highs and our lows. I want to conclude by giving a special thanks to Miss Elder, who has chosen to spend her last year at HHS with us. We know that your smile, positive attitude, and experience will be greatly missed. Now I invite you both to receive a special gift from us. And speaking of Miss Elder, I would like to invite her back up to the podium to give out this year's Marion T. Harris Award.
The Marion T. Harris Award is granted annually to honor the memory of a former teacher who dedicated her life and career to the students of Hopkinton High School. Marion Harris began teaching in Hopkinton in 1935 and taught in this town until 1980. Her roles during this tenure were chemistry teacher, science department head, coach of multiple sports, assistant principal, and even acting superintendent. She was also advisor to many clubs, classes, and the student council. In other words, she was involved in everything at Hopkinton High School. The Marion T. Harris Award is presented each year to the senior who best exemplifies the ideals of this amazing educator. Academic achievement, involvement in extracurricular activities, a strong respect for teachers and peers, a commitment to service, and a willingness to face challenges with compassion and determination. This year's recipient is a true leader and an exemplary role model. In good times and in bad, she has led with compassion, integrity, humility, and openness. She has led numerous activities, making them fun and inclusive experiences for everyone. Through difficult times, when COVID impacted life for all, and when this class grieved the loss of a dear friend, she was sought out for guidance and comfort. To say that she handled this with grace and compassion is an understatement. I was not at all surprised when one of my senior students told me just how much everybody loves this person and described her as so kind, friendly, and welcoming. This year's recipient truly epitomizes the character and values of Marion T. Harris. She is an excellent student, a talented athlete, and an exceptional leader who embodies what it means to be a Hiller. As a class advisor, I have had the good fortune to work closely with this individual in her role as class president over the past 4 years. I am honored to present the Marion T. Harris Award to Shelby Jones.
I feel I have a unique connection with the class of 2023 for a variety of reasons. For one, as you may know, I have twin girls who are preparing for middle school, so please pray for me. And this class has 11 sets of twins, which from my recollection is the most we've had in my time here. So shout out to the Andersons, DeMcKellys, Feldmans, Hicks, Canes, Liptaks, Litchers, Mowers, Olgas, Torganese, and the Porzios. And of course, the O'Connors, the set of triplets. To those parents, please see me after because I need to know how you kept your sanity over the years. Kidding, of course, you've all raised amazing kids, and I can only hope mine are as respectful and kind in the years to come. Another connection I have with this group dates back to 2016. As part of my graduation speech for this class, I recorded some elementary students, mostly from Hopkins School, offering advice to the graduates. Who happened to impart such wisdom, you ask? Some very insightful fifth graders at the time, your very own Dan DeLeva, Caitlin Graziano, Anna Lindy, Harry Petrie, and Charlie Miller. Their advice ranged from the importance of being cool, jumping into a pool feet first, making the most of recess and friendships, and my personal favorite from Dan DeLeva, not being afraid to be an orange fish in a sea of blue fish. Obviously, Dan must have just watched Finding Nemo. And to his credit, he certainly took his own advice and was an orange fish in a sea of green fish, putting himself out there as a standout student council president, leading the charge with rebuilding the positive Hiller culture and bringing back many events post-COVID. I'm sure your loved ones in the crowd at some point thought to themselves, please never grow up. But you've arrived. You have been given all the tools you need to thrive. Now it is time to go out and use them. Class of 2023, after tonight, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. However, I'll remember fondly watching you all in times of celebrations, like the first day of school, senior sunrise, bringing back our first homecoming dance in years, admiring Lex K's ability to eat ice cream at the talent show, seeing you bond at the 50 nights of graduation cookout, letting you into the building after 10 p.m. for your senior prank, which in hindsight was a terrible idea on my end. And earlier this week at the always memorable Red Sox game and boat cruise. But I've also seen you come together in times of mourning, like after losing a classmate sophomore year far too soon. And while you may not all be the best of friends or have the same beliefs or interests, I have seen you stand together in both triumphant and trying times, and I deeply admire the way you respect one another. Before we part ways, I want you to know how proud I am of what you collectively and individually have become and achieved, and can't wait to hear about all the amazing things you will accomplish in life, whether big or small.
Derek Joseph Crow. Emma Marie Dacey. Ryan Darbenga. Kaylin Elizabeth Davis.
Principal of Hopkinton High School, I hereby proclaim that members of the class of 2023 standing before you have successfully met the requirements of a diploma as set forth by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and this school district. It is my distinct honor to declare them graduated.
Time for our picture of the week. This past Sunday, Hopkinton firefighters celebrated Firefighter Sunday to honor our past members of the fire department. Upcoming town government meetings include on Thursday, June 15th at 7 p.m., the school committee meeting. And on Tuesday, June 20th at 6 p.m., we'll have the select board meeting live on HCAM TV. For a list of all upcoming government meetings airing on HCAM, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more about the town government meetings, you can head over to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back with a brand new edition. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.